Marhaba, and welcome to the Matrix Green Pill, where real people connect.
Hello and welcome back to the Matrix Green Pill podcast. I'm Hilmarie Hutchison, and today I am eager to introduce one of the most influential leadership speakers and executive coaches, Payal Nanjiani. This is going to be a conversation filled with insights and transformative leadership. So let's just jump right in and hear from Payal herself. Payal, welcome to the show and thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here on your podcast.
So to get us started, could you tell our audience a little bit about yourself and your journey, where you started out as a child, where you grew up, and then we'll get into the leadership and executive coaching later on.
So let me take you back a little bit in time. Basically, I come from a very loving family where I was born in Mumbai in India, finished part of my schooling in America and then part here. And then I did my undergrad and postgrad here before I went back to the United States. Now with my journey, I am not just an executive coach, an author, or a leadership speaker. My roles go beyond where I am a mother, I'm a wife, so I have 2 daughters. So that's family life, that's professional life. And when you ask about the journey, about the childhood, a lot to me has been given by my parents. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of love, a lot of attention, a lot of affection, which makes me the type of person I am today. I am categorized as a people person. That comes from my family, who have always taught me a lot of kindness and helps me to understand people before I only think about myself.
I love that. So the impact of a loving family has stayed with you and has shaped you to who you are today. I love that. So you've been helping individuals and organizations to succeed for over 21 years. What is it that inspired you to pursue leadership coaching and executive training?
What inspired me, I would say 2 things. Number one was just let me let you know that I never planned to become a speaker or an author for that or an executive coach. I didn't even know what I wanted to do in my life very early on. But what really got me to do this is years back when I was working in corporate America, I had seen that, there is a lot of gap between people who are successful and people who are trying to make it in their career and grow in their career. And what I used to always feel is that we are in a world full of resources. Everybody has access to resources. Then there was this one question that always nudged me. And the question has been that despite all the resources, despite all the technology, despite being in a place where it is said to be a country of success, why is it that we have only few successful people then? Why is everybody not able to be successful? And then that led me to get into the entire understanding of what's missing in the corporate world, what's missing in the business world, how the definition of success is very different for every individual. But at the same time, people are not able to make it. They are working hard every day, doing their 9-to-5 jobs. They are coming to work. They are putting in the efforts, building on their skills, and doing their credentials. But at the same time, when they are in their mid-30s or 40s, there's a lot of unfulfillment. Where is this unfulfillment coming from? That led me to a deep understanding of why there exists a gap between those who are successful, like really successful in their career life, regardless of the definition of success, and those who are average. They remain in the mid-pyramid. They feel unfulfilled at the end of the day. So that put me into that zone of finding answers, like they say, right? That you have a quest for something. That led me to get into this field. That's one. And the second one is really very personal, which is basically when I was stepping out of corporate America to do this, I had a lot of well-wishers and friends who would told me that it's a career suicide, that there is nobody, and as a woman from India, a woman of color from India, to be in this field of executive coaching and writing books on leadership, which is completely white male dominated industry. And I think I just took that up and I decided, hey, you know what? Why not become the first one? So that became very personal then. And I said, okay, let me take up that journey.
So on the one hand, it was you could see a gap, you could see a need. And then on the other hand, you could see a challenge for yourself where you could make a difference, where you yourself could make an impact. So your coaching approach focuses on helping clients spot hidden opportunities and also to prepare for unforeseen challenges. Can you maybe share some strategies the leaders can use to identify hidden opportunities?
There are quite a few strategies which I could use, but if I was to give you top three that could be used by anyone who is wanting to become a successful leader, number one would be visibility. What is happening is a lot of us are just everywhere. But we're not at the right place. We're not at the right people. You must be visible by at the top with your upper management. You have to be visible at all levels in your industry, not just in your organization. So a lot of us, we miss on this aspect. We go to work, we come back, we feel we've done a great job, we've completed our task today, we've taken up a new project, we're going to meet the deadlines, the work pressures, we're getting a salary. Life is going beautiful. We are living the American dream. Great. People who really want to succeed, people who want to become great leaders, the strategy that they use is that they want to be visible amongst people, from the janitor to the CEOs. Everybody knows that. They want to make a difference. They want to be visible by doing some authentic work. They're not worried about whether they're going to get the next paycheck or not. They are more worried of, are they solving a problem? Are they trying to bring a difference around in the world or maybe at their workplace? So that visibility is very, very imperative. And just think about it. We are in such a crowded world where the currency today is your attention span. So everybody wants your attention span. Meeting hundreds of people, how do you remain on top of their minds? That visibility is a very key aspect, a very key strategy to follow. Second is what I have noticed is mastery. And whenever I think about mastery in Murray, I always think about this story of Picasso was walking in the market and one lady woman just comes and approaches him and says, hey, Mr. Picasso, I'm such a great fan of yours. And would you draw something for me? So he pulls up tissue paper, draws something for her, gives it to her, and she really thanks him profoundly and walks off. And he stops her and he says, hey, young lady, you haven't paid me for this. And she says, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize it. Then how much should I pay? And he said, oh, that would be around $10,000. And she drops down and she's like, oh my goodness, 10,000? No, you must be kidding me. And he says, no, young lady, this is worth $10,000. And she says, oh, Mr. Picasso, you need to be kind to your fans. And apart from that, it just took you 30 seconds to draw this for me. And he said, young lady, what has taken me 30 seconds to draw for you has taken me 30 years of practice. We need to focus on mastery. You just can't be everything to everyone. You have to see what are you good at? What are the things you can dominate in your field? What are the things that you can be a master at? So that it can get you away from the crowd. Everybody's scrambling for opportunities. There is plenty of opportunities given by the universe to us. We don't have to scramble for opportunities. The universe is in abundance of opportunities for you, for me, for every human being on this planet Earth. You don't have to scramble for them. You have to make yourself different. You have to stand out. You cannot have a herd mentality that everybody is going east, so let me also go east. No, try out the west. What's in the west? What's in the north? What's in the south? Just keep on a lookout. Keep working on yourself and be a master in your field. And I think that is something we are missing out today as leaders and in the corporate and the business world. And number three, I would say, is execution. So in a lot of my books, I have written that execution is a leader's greatest challenge. We have so many dreams when we are in the shower. And we are like, oh, you know what? We can do this, we can do that, we can go to great heights. The moment you're out of the shower, what's going on? Where are all those dreams, those goals, those plans all gone? So you have to have an execution. 80% of your time has to go in execution and 20% in planning. So what is your strategy for execution? Are you procrastinating? I can give you tons of examples of executives who have well laid out plans, innovative ideas, but absolutely procrastinating, waiting for perfectionism, not putting it into the action plans, not even taking the next best step towards it. And a lot of us, we get caught up in the how. Oh, how is it going to be possible? My reality doesn't promote it. The how is not your work, it's not your business. The how is the work of the universe. The universe knows how to get you to where you want to be. But your work is to take the action. Your work is to take that step. Your work is to be fearless. And your work is to move in the direction of the idea of the goal that you have. It's one step at a time. Just put one foot forward, take that action, and the rest of the path will 100% come on its own. But people are so afraid to take that one step. So I think these three strategies, anyone can begin.
I love that. So visibility, mastery, and execution. I think these are very valuable points that you've shared with us today. Now, you did mention some of your books. I know you are an award-winning author. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the books you have written?
I have written 3 books, and the fourth one is going to be published in the next 2 months. All my books are published by Routledge Publishers in New York. I must share this with the listeners that I had 22 rejections from publishers before Routledge Publishers actually accepted the manuscript. The very first manuscript, the book that was titled Success is Within, was published in, I think, 2017 or 18, where after 22 rejections, it was accepted. And I think that's where the journey of writing began confidently. And my fourth book is also coming up with them. And the second was Achieve Unstoppable Success in Any Economy. The third one has been Win the Leadership Game. And the fourth one, which is coming up, is how do you make it to the top in your industry? So I think it's been a great journey to share my learnings, my expertise of 18 years with people who are not able to reach me out or take sessions or workshops from me. I think that's a great way to help people succeed in their career life. That's been the sole purpose of these books.
Fantastic. Congratulations on the fourth book. That's so exciting.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And thank you for sharing your story about 22 rejections. It shows you that we should never give up. I mean, that is quite remarkable that you just kept on going until you found somebody who would publish it, and then the success came. So I think we all sometimes have a tendency to give up too easily.
All my books are also focused on that message that leadership is an inside game. You have to work on yourself inside before you get the results outside. And I think that's something we need to all focus on.
Let's shift discussion a little bit and talk about technology. What role do you see technology playing in the future of leadership development and executive coaching?
I think we are in an age where technology is moving really quickly. What I'm observing now and have also been practicing is so much of coaching has gone online as compared to when I started off in 2007 or 8. It had to be in person. You had to be there. You just had to be in person, talk to them while you're there. So that limits your reach to the people. And now I am doing so much of my coaching online, and I do it around the globe. You name the country, whether it is Canada, Mexico, Japan, United States, India. And that reason being because technology has connected us on Zooms, I mean, you're in Dubai, I'm here. So we are connected, so well connected. That's one of the major impacts it has had, at least from where I look at coaching, where I can just with the person. The other thing that I am seeing coming up is not just virtual reality, but also the holographic images where you are doing a team group coaching and you feel the person is right there in front of you. So it becomes so easy to access. Getting into meta worlds, where I think in one of my books also I've written that how you need to be a meta leader now, because we're getting into that world. So I think there is so much of excitement I have about this, because I think it can just go, as long as you're alive, you can just keep working on this and you can leverage technology to your advantage big time in coaching.
Absolutely. I love that again, not seeing it as a negative, as a stumbling block or as something to be feared, but rather say, okay, what are the opportunities and how is this going to help us grow? What are the new things we can take out of this? And as you say, the opportunity to have meetings remotely and do coaching remotely helps you get more value out of your time. So the time that you would normally have maybe spent traveling, you could actually get a lot more done. And as you say, reach a much bigger audience as well.
Absolutely, because the major goal of coaching, at least for me, is to help more and more people succeed. So this allows you to do that.
Also, with the changes in the last few years, we've seen quite a big shift to more focus on work-life balance. How do you advise leaders to maintain a successful and fulfilled work-life balance, especially in high-pressure environments?
I have never been a very big advocate of work-life balance because your life is very integrated when it comes to work and personal life and family life. So keeping a work-life balance is like saying, okay, right now I'm at work, so I'm balancing my work. I have nothing to do with my family and my home. And when you're at home, you're saying, I am now at home. I have nothing to do at my work. But it doesn't work like this. With globalization and we are working on different time zones, we are connected with technology. We are connected on WhatsApp, on Snap, on Viber, on all the methods that you can think of. Anyone pings you anytime. Anyone needs your help anytime. So I think more than work life balance, what I have always advocated and taught is have a work life integration yourself, because and to have a work life integration, you have to focus so much on your energy levels because at the end of the day, your productivity is not about time management, it is about your energy management. So a lot of people, they wake up in the morning to news and to depression emails that are coming from the office. It just changes their energy level. And now in that energy, they're trying to create that integration. I think a lot of us, we need to learn how to integrate our energy into our work and our personal life. Start your day with something that you like. So, for example, if giving my personal example, you tell me to wake up and straight away go into the kitchen, start cooking or make dishes for the children, pack their bags. Well, that's not me. My energy is almost drained out after that. So I like to conserve my energy. I like to not just conserve, I like to increase my energy level in the morning with yoga, with meditation, having a routine, writing at least 1 or 2 pages of my book. That routine of morning of 2 to 3 hours for myself really sets me up for the day. And now I'm able to create a great integration rather than draining out my energy. So I think all of us need to focus on how to integrate it by working on our energy levels.
No, that's a really interesting perspective. I've not thought about it in terms of your energy and where you get energy from. So as you say, to fill up your energy with yoga or other activities, and then you're able to also give a bit more back. The concept I also enjoy when it comes to work-life balance is being in the moment, not being distracted. When you are with family, be there, be with them. Don't let other things take away that. Focus on them. I think that also helps you really enjoy and get the most out of every situation. When you're at work, to be there, be in the moment, to get the most out of it and not be distracted by other things.
Absolutely. You're so spot on that. I've seen people, they are watching a movie and all of a sudden the phone buzzes and then they are out of that cinema hall and they are talking on the phone for the work. And by the time they come back, their mood is all switched off. The whole family time is gone after that. So yeah, what you said is so true. Just create that line of demarcation.
What key advice, you have already given us some tips, but what key advice would you offer aspiring leaders and young professionals to help them reach their next level and achieve success?
If I was to leave your audience with just one in so many years that I have learned by coaching these executives, and that would be as leaders, take your people along with you. We hear this very often that it's very lonely at the top. So it's really not lonely at the top. It's lonely all the way to the top if you leave your people. You need to create your own tribe as you're moving ahead. It's because of your people that you have moved ahead. Take them along, show them the way, come down to their level, talk to them, show them how they can rise and, understand them, understand what is the need, interest, concern, hopes, and expectations of your people. But don't just treat everybody at one level and have a carrot hanging for everyone. Oh, I'm going to give you a salary increase. I'm going to give you your next position. Not everybody is working for salary increase or next position. Some are working for a purpose. Some are working because of some issues that they have. So always be a people person. It's not about technology. Technology will keep changing. You're going to go into another world where there will be more business, more targets to achieve. Everything will keep going. But if you cannot be with your people, if you cannot understand them, you cannot accept them, you cannot help them grow, I think then you're very easily replaceable by any robot or anything. Only thing that will not replace you is your people person skill. How you can connect with people's heart, mind, and soul. That at the end of it is true leadership. And that will help you grow, help your teams grow, and help your organization. That is where I would leave the audience with on this.
So focus on your team and bring them with you. Don't go out on your own and leave everyone else behind. I love that. Now we've come to the segment of our show where I'll ask you some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Okay, sure. I'll try.
Do you have a favorite leadership quote?
It's derived by me itself that Success never discriminates between a man or a woman. Success only sees if you are completely committed and interested in what you are doing. So that's one of my quotes which have always been published.
Lovely. Describe a good leader in 3 words.
2 words, people person.
Very good. Name one well-known leader that inspires you.
Nelson Mandela.
Absolutely. Who is your go-to person in time of distress?
My dad, my father, and God above.
Can you name one thing that you do every day, no matter how busy you get?
Yoga and meditation.
Oh, I knew that was coming. Thank you so much for playing along. That was easy enough. Now, before we wrap up, I'd like to ask you about your green pill moment. So if you could take the green pill and start over, would you go about things differently?
Yes, I would go about things differently in only one way, which is making myself understand that I should be prepared for the season of silence. That is one thing which in my journey I did not realize early on. There's not always going to be a loud moment and everything is going to go my way, that there is going to be a long, long season of silence. And that season of silence will be plenty where you do the hard work, where you put in all the efforts, but you absolutely don't see any results. And that's the time most of us give up. And even I had given up long back during that time. And that's one thing I would do differently, that let me not just give up. Let me dig in my heels at that point of time and go through that season of silence, knowing that the universe, God has my back. It's like a root. You plant the seed. You don't keep digging in to see if the seed has got into the root and it's growing. It will grow. That season of silence, if you know how to get through it, the entire journey changes. And I think that is something which I would change in my journey as well as myself.
Very insightful. I love that analogy that you used about not digging in to see what's happening with the seed, that it is growing, even if you're not seeing anything happening. I love that. Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing that green pill advice with us. I'm so sure our listeners are going to enjoy this conversation and the several insights that you've shared with us as much as I have. Before we say goodbye, could you please tell our listeners where they can find and follow you? And we'll also put this in the show notes.
I am on LinkedIn. We put up a lot of leadership insights on LinkedIn every day. And people can also follow on Instagram for leadership insights. There is a newsletter they can sign up for on the website, which I will give it to you on for the description. Those are the ways they can reach out.
Thank you very much. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much. I mean, this is such an awesome work you are doing.
And to our lovely listeners, if you like today's show, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And do share this with the leaders in your life.
If you enjoy our conversations, please like and subscribe. See you next Wednesday.